Yeah, we're live right now. No, there's weed leaves all over the floor. All right, turn it down. We got the. Where's the finger turner downer?
I got it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Blowing Smoke special edition because it's our birthday. No, it's our anniversary.
Either way.
Happy anniversary, Cody.
Happy anniversary.
It doesn't even seem like you've been working with us for a year.
I haven't.
Oh, okay. All right, so what's going on this week at the shop, Cody? What was a big thing for you at the shop this week? Tell the people they want to know. Anything?
The biggest thing right now is all the carters we got in.
Carta!
These things are amazing.
Yeah. I already broke one. Yeah, so it...
Casey bought the red one!
Casey bought the red one, guys. Sorry. It matches her... Come here, Casey. Show him your hair.
Hang on. Hey, you have my freaking card?
Yep.
Yeah?
No!
Yeah, we have your card.
It's the only way we can get you over here.
Yeah. Show him, Casey. So, guys, look. Come here, Casey. Look at the hair. Aww. So, we're going to use it to smoke that up.
Alright, fine. Do what you have to.
I would have to say the card is my favorite thing. Oh, crap. Casey, I need the laptop so I can see the people if they have any questions because they're part of our smoke circle. So, guys, we're at the Laughing Dragon. I don't know where it is. In Marshfield, Missouri. Let's see. What else happened this... I mean, I guess Jamie had some big news.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still haven't made my Twitter account. So everybody's supposed to make a Twitter account and like tweet people and say we are Jamie Wilson and like say why he used medical marijuana. Well, I never did that. So, which is
Slacker!
I know I'm a slacker.
I'm even worse. I didn't even know about it. So.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. Cody, tell us about your week here.
It's been
Pulling
busy.
up internet. Has it?
Yeah.
It's been a pretty good week.
I mean, today, for sure. We had a whole bunch of
Hey,
people.
baby,
here
how
from
are
the
you?
road class.
You want to come be on Blowing Smoke with us? Are you gonna be in the audience?
No, I'll sit in the audience.
Okay.
You have leaves all over the floor.
Yes.
Yeah, well, so we had, guys, so we had a, can you see him? We trimmed, what, one plant?
Yeah.
I didn't. I say we, mostly Q, trimmed. All right, so here we are. I've got you guys now, and I can see it. Now I can. Kevin says hi, and Donald says hi. What's up, guys? All right, we're almost ready. So yeah, we trimmed a bunch of gelato, which I'm excited about because gelato is one of my favorites. And with Q being my caregiver, that's my plant.
Yeah.
So that's extra. I didn't think I'd be that excited, but like he brought it in and I'm like, oh, look at this, this is so fun, you know, like looking at my babies. So I totally understand people who have like their babies. All right, we're gonna put it down there and see if I can get any. There we go. I will not be doing a flip, Skylar. He wants me to do a flip.
Do it.
So, guys, the big thing, Jamie Wilson had his charges dropped, except for paraphernalia, which is silly, because if Jamie is in trouble for paraphernalia,
I think we're in a lot of
trouble here, because we have over 300 paraphernalias. I mean, and that's just hand paraphernalias.
Yeah.
We also have paraphernalia to put water in. So many paraphernalias.
Yeah.
So it was funny. I watched. So Dan Vies, if anybody doesn't know, Dan Vies is like the top weed lawyer in the state, and he made a funny statement about I wonder when they'll figure out the paraphernalia is covered under Article 14 because it is. So Cody, what do you know about paraphernalia laws in this country or in the state? Or the changes of them. Did you know they changed?
I didn't.
Okay, so have you made a chillum, Cody?
Yeah.
I have made a hand pipe and a chillum. We're both criminals, according to the federal government. Yes, we're literally people like some of the people that we look up to as like really good glass blowers. I know some people who have had to hide who they really were because they didn't want to get in trouble and go to jail for making pipes. Just for making pipes, guys.
That's sad.
Donald's smoking. He's smoking right now. He thinks we should take a smoke, I think.
I'm gonna have to agree.
So, it is called blowing smoke. So, guys, let's talk about patient rights for a little bit. If you are in, you got to start this up because I don't know how to do it. I broke mine, remember?
That's right.
Now that we're legal, if you have your card, this is no longer paraphernalia. That's a medical device. Okay? So, there's multiple reasons to get legal. One of them is cheaper medicine. One of them is not losing your water pipes or your hand pipes. One of them is, hopefully, not being harassed by law enforcement. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy that people used to get in trouble for making pipes, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, I can make a pendant, and I could have, like, the police chief's wife wearing that, and they'd be like, man, that's beautiful. She's like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's glad, you know? But that same person that can make a pendant, make a pipe, and, oh, you're a criminal, you're going to jail.
Yep.
So the U.S. Paraphernalia Act was pretty dirty. Teresa made some marbles today. What kind of marbles, Teresa? Did you make any Vortex? Because you know I love Vortex. Oh, we have a winner for our Vortex marble. Who was it, babe? Daniel Lewis? Is that who it was? I forgot about it. So, it seems kind of silly to us now, but there's many people that have been put in jail and been all kinds of problems for making pipes.
Daniel Edwards.
Daniel Edwards, if you're watching, you won the Vortex marble for the invites and interested in going today on our thing. So, congrats all. All right, Cody, you talk. I'll hit.
I don't know what you want me to talk about, but
Introduce our guest. He can't smoke. He doesn't have his card. Yeah, I saw you were going to post it to him. We follow the rules here, guy. Everybody's allowed to be in a circle. But you don't got a card, you don't get passed to, and that's just sad. He's working on it. Are you working on it? Are you going to?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I just have to have the money first.
Dude, so it sucks, right, that this is a constitutional right, but in order to exercise it, you have to pay the state money. So, like, I know plenty of people that are waiting on money to get their cards, which sucks because what happens if they go to jail while they're waiting for their tax return to come in and they get their cards taken, you know? It's like a race against time. It's like a race against time, trying to like make sure you get everything in and but we have a program. You should talk to Casey about the program. We pay for people's cards every couple of weeks. We'll pay for a card. We get somebody to help us, somebody that, you know. We want everybody legal. I want nobody to be in jail because of marijuana. And our whatchamacallit, our amendment is so inclusive of everybody. Like man, almost everybody qualifies. You know, that's what's great is because Missouri's approach was, it's a plant. Cool. You know, like it's a plant, guys. Look, like here's a leaf. No, you can't do this with all plants. Some plants you would be scared to do that with.
This one actually got a little bit of bud on
Oh no, this one has bud. Oh no. Now there's literally some plants that would cause big problems if you did that to yourself.
Oh yeah.
Or if you ate them, or if you breathe their pollen, but not weed.
The poison
Guess it's
flowers?
very
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, poison ivy. So Missouri saw that as a plant, not as a Schedule 1, only for cancer or you can get it if you have cancer or if you're dead. That was like some states are like. I have a friend, Tiffany Ann, I think. She's up in. I gotta look at more comments. She's up in Iowa, I think, and they're fighting in up there or Ohio to get autism added to the list of approved medicines that cannabis covers. And in Missouri, we're like, well, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But that's how fast cannabis changes. Cannabis world changes so fast that, you know, obviously we have it in ours that autism gets it, but Ohio or whatever, sorry guys, you lived in the wrong United States. You should have lived in a different United States, right? Let's see what everybody says. Oh, Teresa's working on mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms, Teresa. Well, she invited some people. So Matt says, I love being a card holder. I'm always carrying at least a J up the sleeve. And he doesn't have to worry about it, which is the best part.
See, this is the best part right here. I don't have to worry about this either.
Right. Right. Yep. I got my wax. This used to be a felony.
Yeah.
Wax used to be a felony. Because you might die.
Oh, yeah, I would have been thrown in jail immediately for this.
A felony. It's insane to me. Okay, so, Cody, did you ever think about if this is so good now, in 2019 in Missouri, why was it illegal in the past? Do you know why? I'm going to show everybody a book that I really like, and I recommend everybody getting and reading. It's called Chasing the Scream by Johann Hari. This is required reading for you now, because you're a client, you're an employee. It's employee reading. So what I thought was, well, if it really is this good, and there's really nothing wrong with it, or if it's all really lies,
Yeah.
then why? That was my question. My question was, if it's truly good, and it's only gotten better in time. It's only gotten better in time with our understanding of science and genetics and everything. Why was it ever illegal in the first place? Do you know why? Do you know why?
Racist people.
Well, yes.
Well, I mean, that was the biggest part of what...
He used race as leverage. Do you know the story?
I know some of it.
Yeah.
But it was...
So what's this? Is it Henry or Harry, babe?
Harry.
Harry Anslinger. He was about to lose his job because he was the head of the alcohol prohibition arm of and prohibition was coming to an end in 1930s. So, in the worst abuse of growing government ever, Harry Anslinger started his own personal attack on cannabis. He called it marijuana. Everybody knew it was cannabis back in the day. That's what everybody knew it was. But he called it marijuana because that's what the Mexicans called it. People from Mexico, obviously in 2020, but back then, they were Mexicans. They were all kinds of words that we don't even say because I like people and I want them to keep coming to my store, so I won't repeat some of the words that were entered into official court testimony from people in the government saying horrible, horrible things about cannabis. So what he did was he used marijuana as a way to keep his job. He liked hurting people and causing strife in people's life. That's why he was the head of the prohibition place. Yeah. He liked it so much that he just created his own job. You ever think? I never thought about it that way. But we stopped prohibition because it didn't work on alcohol, right? And because people were getting hurt and people were dying and everything. So this douchebag who likes that part of the job says, well, I should keep doing it.
Just to different people.
Right. Just to different people. But this is like a psycho, right? I bet he was a psychopath or a sociopath. He liked hurting people. He liked having that power to be able to hurt people and to mess with them just at the drop of a dime. I mean, you read this book and it comes across all the time. This guy he had it out for people. He's kind of like law enforcement today is with cannabis, honestly.
Yeah. They get a kick out of hurting the people that are going to suffer the most out of it.
Yeah. So I talk a lot, but I want to talk about thought process shift that they should have. You want to hear what I think my theory is? My theory is this. If law enforcement truly supports, are you okay?
Yeah.
if law enforcement truly supports the Constitution of Missouri, if they can truly raise their hand and swear allegiance to the Constitution of Missouri, that they see marijuana as a medicine, and they stop seeing the card as the distinguisher between a sick person and a not sick person, and treat everybody that they see with cannabis first as a patient. And then instead of being like, just like they are, instead they could be like, hey, do you have your card? Like, why don't you get your card, man?
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to be using cannabis, you should just get your card. Then I don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. Like, everybody's good then.
Yeah.
Like, but instead, they see it as criminals who got away with something. That's what I hear over and over. I heard it up in Gallatin. I've heard it from our sheriff. People are going to abuse it. Well, first of all, that's impossible. Kevin,
abuse it, then eat all my food.
that's a cannabis. No, I'm actually sick. Kevin Bliss, which is awesome. Kevin's here watching it. Me and my wife Kevin, or me and my wife Melissa, used to hang out with Kevin 20 years ago before we were married.
I mean, not quite 20 years ago.
Almost 20 years ago. It's been a while. Need to move the camera over. No, we're good, Donald. That's good. But yeah, I would like to see us get to the point where police, when they find somebody with cannabis, they see it as a medicine, and they say, hey, if you're going to use this, you should get a card.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, then that's what's illegal. And everybody gets their card. Everybody gets their card, guys. Shh. Well, I'm not a doctor, right? I can speak the truth on it. And doctors, my doctors will. They'll tell you, but it's so easy to get your card in Missouri. There's no reason to go recreational, if you ask me. Right?
There's no point.
There's no point, dude, because you pay $125 or $150 for your card, $100 for your card, $125 to the state and everything. You do all that, and then you save a ton of money on taxes. Because those ones that are coming out are like 50% taxes.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Do the math. It's probably cheaper to get your card. And you qualify if you're a Missouri resident and you are alive, basically, in 2020. We're all broken. You know? We're all broken. Does anybody else want some of this in the circle? No. Okay. We aren't going to support any recreational bills here, guys. We're not gonna to push any rec bills because DHSS hasn't gotten freaking medical down yet. Why would we give them more responsibility, right? Anybody have any comments on that? I'd love to hear them. We watched with Nate on cannabis. If you guys don't go like his page, Nate on cannabis. He did a live cast on Wednesday of Lyndall's hearing.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it was obvious from listening to them speak that they don't know what they're doing, right? And so why would we want to give them more responsibility,
another
more
big
authority? And then what are they going to do? Go get Jim Arnott and the Missouri Sheriff's Association on a work group and the Missouri Highway Patrol on a work group for medicine? Like, why? Purdue Pharmaceuticals like, hey, before we put this drug out, we better have a work group with law enforcement. No, nobody does that because it's a medicine and law enforcement doesn't have any right to even question it. I'm looking at you, Webster County Sheriff Department, because they watched my page.
Oh, good.
So, we went to city council. Okay.
Yes.
Next, we went to city council. They were ready for us.
I heard.
Because they thought we were going to be crazy. Guys, I'm pretty crazy, but I'm also respectful of process and due order. And so, yeah, so we went in there and we learned a lot. And Foster, I think, is the only one that should be in there because he's the only one, the brain, I think, on the city council right now. I'm pretty confident in saying that because what I've heard of him from both my I've gone twice, and both times he stuck out as the only one that knows what he's doing. So why don't you run for mayor, buddy? But yeah, so they were ready for us because they heard we were coming.
Oh my god.
So we show up late because our sushi was late,
Yeah.
but it was good, so it was okay. So we showed up late, and yeah, we sat there and we watched because that's what we're doing, right? We're there to make sure that our city is not being screwed up, and it is. But yeah, so I think everybody should do that kind of thing. I think everybody should go get involved with their city.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Yeah.
You're gonna run for mayor, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I thought I was running for sheriff.
You're running for sheriff?
Sure, why not?
Trish, I think, is it? No, I want to say
Throw my name
Trish,
in
but
the
it's
bucket.
not
I don't
Trish,
care.
but it's McNish. I tried to get her to come on here, but I think she's scared of cannabis. I invited her to come on here. I was like, why don't you come on and talk and tell Marshfield cannabis community what your thoughts are on cannabis? But she's scared.
Why?
I don't know. Bergstresser is also
Why is
scared.
everybody so scared of you?
Well, I would kill them if I had to.
Well,
Like if I had to.
if you had to.
But that's why they're scared, because they're like, oh no, if maybe.
just because you have the ability to do something doesn't mean you're gonna do it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But they don't get that. They think that I'm an unstable veteran.
And here's the worst part is,
We have people.
I think I seen on there, they said that they were more scared of you while you were on the medicine.
So I invited Ben Bergstresser, the county prosecutor, and he said he was going to come down, but then he never did because I don't know. He's scared. What's up, guys?
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is Casey over there?
I'm here.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I'm here.
What were we talking about? Oh, Bergstresser. But yes, but then several people advised him against coming into this business.
We're not a scary bunch of people.
I mean, you can get the walkthrough. There's on our video. You can watch.
Yeah.
It's the same building it was before. But because I was going to possibly, I said, yeah, you sit down and smoke with me. Yeah, I don't care. Get your car. We'll smoke together. So I don't know what I said. Something about I'm going to smoke when he gets here because, well, I do that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, several people in the government advised him against coming into our shop. So maybe I know what we should do. We should look at how to make sure that our tax money, all the money that we make tax money for us, we'll make sure that none of that goes to prop up the county prosecutor. We'll earmark it. We'll be like, hey, this is only for like cool people. But douchebags don't get it because they're scared of us. And obviously, if they're too scared to come into our building, they don't deserve the thousands of dollars of taxes I pay every quarter.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe we'll look into that. I'm sure that'll go over real smooth.
Oh yeah.
Benny boy, come on my show, man. We're all good here. You're a prosecutor. You literally talk for a living, and you're literally paid to think faster than others. So you should be good around a bunch of stoners, right?
That forget what they're saying.
Right. We don't even know what we're talking about half the time. So you can just be like, "No, we were talking about, I don't know. What does a lawyer talk about? A prosecutor talk about? Boring stuff."
Probably.
His son's a wrestler, though. So I even told him, I was like, dude, I'll teach your son a good double leg.
There you go.
I said, bring your son by. I said, there's nothing
Come too.
illegal in my store. There's nothing age restricted. There's nothing unprofessional. I said, I'll show him a good double leg. I can show him a double leg right now on you.
No.
Oh.
No, you already tried that once earlier.
I've definitely given Cody a double leg or 3.
Or 5.
What's a double leg?
Don't worry about
Come
it.
here.
Yeah, tell you what, why don't you go up there? He'll show you. He'll show you. He'll be more than happy to show you.
Oh, more than that.
He
All right.
loves to show off.
All right, guys, we're doing double leg.
Just don't break.
For my jiu-jitsu people, you know I'm going to do this wrong, so shut your mouths and don't critique me. So here's what you want to do with a double leg, okay? First, that's not how you fight. You want to get fight. Right. Ah, yeah, there we go. All right. So with the double leg, right? I want to put my foot there's like a line between your toes right there. I want to do that, and then I just want to drive forward.
Okay. Okay.
But here, don't look at my butt. But most people do a double leg like this. Well, don't fall down there. Now I look like I'm really good. But,
I was trying to make it look like.
no. But see, most people will do a double leg from here, and they just won't get very good. And so you got to really break that. So can you feel the difference?
Yeah.
So feel the difference between that. See that? So Ben, tell your son, you really need to meet with the shoulder first. That's really where you want to make your first contact against your opponent. Is with your shoulder against like their pelvic area.
I've never seen that move.
You never? Do you not watch UFC?
Sometimes.
It was a pretty crappy. Here's the thing. I got a lot of jiu-jitsu friends. They will give me crap because I know I did something wrong, so they're gonna give me crap. They're all gonna give me crap for doing something wrong. So.
That's alright.
But that's that's what we do here. We do random jiu-jitsu moves. So all right, what else we got going on?
Let's see. February 24th.
The doctors are coming.
Doctors will
That's
be
like
here.
10 days. 9 days. All right, guys. So 9 days. Dr. Z will be back in the house with the crew to do on-site stuff. So come on
12
out.
to 3.
12 to 3. Cool. They're in, I don't know, Rolla, some Peace of Mind store. They're always at a Peace of Mind store. Freaking Daniel Jones up there always keeps all our friends up there busy.
Yeah.
Never get to come down to Marshfield. All right,
Send them
so
out this way.
what else do we want to talk about? Let's teach. Let's do a teaching moment, Cody. What should we teach about? What do you want to learn about? Pick something on the table you don't know about, and we'll learn about it together. What do you want to learn about? This little duck?
Yeah, let's talk about the little.
No, that's a bad choice. Pick a It's a duck.
It's a glass duck.
All right, so let's talk about the dab dish. What do you
Yes.
think?
That sounds
So we ordered a dab dish for the shop because, frankly, I was tired of not having one and having to heat up a banger like a heathen. Yes, bangers are for heathens.
No,
Yeah,
no.
because this machine right here is insane.
I know, it does everything.
It does everything, dude. All right, so this is always on all the time. He's on this way. He's not even listening. Look, I'm going to teach him, and he's not even.
It's a teaching moment.
Do you want to learn? You don't have to. If you don't want to learn, I'll just teach the people on Facebook. Some people are here to learn, man. They're not here. Okay, they're on their phones to watch
Exactly.
All right, so the first cool thing about the Super Surfer with the dab dish is you don't need a ton of concentrate. Cody, you were here when Derek, what's up, Derek, with the cannabis dropped those diamonds in that first time, right? He dropped a big dab in. It would have been a big dab. We had like 5 people, and we passed. It would have been a big dab for 5 people and a banger. But in the Super Surfer, it was insane. We passed that thing around like 3 or 4 times, and it was the Annihilator. So I mean, it's a big old boy. Passed it around, and we probably used half of it. So that's all we're gonna use for me and Cody. I'll show everybody.
Not a whole lot.
That's not a lot, guys. Which one are we gonna smoke it out of? This one?
Whichever one, if you want to use.
I
the
like
other
this
day.
one. I really do. Like, my new one's cool, but I really like my old one too. I do too. Whew. Somebody combusted through that one. I can taste it. It's interesting. The water tastes different, right? Between flour or dabs, you can really taste the difference in water. That's why I always tell people you should have a rig for vaporizing, a rig for burning, and a rig for dabs, because it's all going to taste different. You good? So that's what I like to do. What about you, Marty? Well, you are a weed smoker now. What do you think? Do you want to come talk
Edibles.
at all about your experiences as a new cannabis user? You don't have to.
Well, I mean, like, it's gotten me off all my medications.
There's a spot right here. You can sit this.
Hey, look, I'll move.
Oh,
You can take
what?
the whole-
Now you get the whole couch. This is fancy.
Look at that.
This is Marty, everybody. She's a new user to cannabis. So, Marty, if you want to, you don't have to look at them. Tell me about your experience with cannabis, how you came to it, how it's helped you, and why if you plan to continue to use it, why?
I
You have to speak up, because even though you have to look at them, they have to hear you.
I was on a lot of medications for like depression and anxiety, and I started coming here to hang out, and I learned more, and so I got my card, and now I'm off all my medications, and my anxiety and depression have gone down.
They've got down. Now, why do you think? What's my question?
I don't know.
What's my question? How did you feel? So, is cannabis more effective for you than your pharmaceuticals? Do you think?
Yes.
So, like, me too. My pharmaceuticals worked okay for depression and PTSD and stuff, but they didn't. There was always still a problem, a very real problem there in my mind. And it was never like, I never really got past it, rather. But with cannabis, it almost seems like you can get past stuff. I don't know. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think you're going to continue to use it?
Yeah.
Right? Ooh, will you tell us? You don't have to. Will you tell us your story about you and you? Well, mostly about you as a brand new cannabis user, armed only with the knowledge of the Constitution, were able to do something really cool with a police officer. And it just shows that what it shows is anybody can do it. If little Marty can do it and stand up and stand her ground and know the truth and do it, then it's easy for me to do it because I'm bigger than most police officers.
And
you know.
And the best part is, not only did she stand up and inform the officer took her side.
Right. So, Marty, tell us about it.
So I went to my mom's last week, and I had CBD in my purse.
The devil's pre-lettuce. It's like almost devil's lettuce. Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
And she
Go
went through my purse and called the cops on me because she thought it was weed. And
Well, why didn't you told her that it wasn't though, right? You were like,
Yes.
Mom, that's CBD.
yeah, she thinks it's the same thing.
So do
And-
some cops.
And so she called the cops on me, and the cop showed up at the house and went through everything, and I showed him my card, so even if I
Right.
did have it on me, it's
Right,
not
even
a
if
big
it
deal.
was cannabis, you're like, still I'm
Yeah.
good. Okay.
And so he took my side on that, saying even if it was, I could have it. And
The cop's like, I would never think that I would ever tell a mom Mom, your kid can have weed. I don't know what to tell you.
And then now there's charges being pressed on her for
Falsified police report.
Filing a
police
false report, right?
Love
That I bet that law enforcement officer,
It was
his
my
head is
aunt.
just like going like, that's
And
crazy.
it was my uncle too.
Oh, it was your uncle.
It was my uncle.
There you go. It's crazy. It's a crazy world.
It is. It's amazing though. I have no idea what else to talk about.
Well, that's because you're not the host, Cody.
I know.
Yeah, you just
I'm
have to sit there
glad.
and look good.
That's
Casey does a better job than you.
I
but
know it. But
Something
she
about her
refu-
lipstick or something.
She
She had the wrong
refused.
lipstick on. Excuses.
I don't wear lipstick, so
You don't?
sorry. That ain't gonna
Never?
happen. No.
Have you never worn lipstick ever? Never.
No.
Crazy.
Chapstick. That's
Have you worn lipstick before?
Yes, I have.
Boom. Me too. Have you worn? There's only one person in this room that hasn't worn lipstick, Cody, and it's you.
Yeah.
Think we should fix that? I mean, everybody else has.
I think
Casey's worn lipstick. Cody's never worn lipstick before.
I am the only person.
I have black lipstick in my purse.
I am the only person here.
I'll
So-
look it up, man.
I was in drama. I was in the plays.
I'll do it.
So,
Okay.
you know, we wore lipstick. It's not a.
I
I could do my own eye makeup, man.
I did like
Get some of
face
those little,
paint for-
what they's called, tiger
Wings.
eyes, wings.
Yeah.
Where's Olivia Wings?
She's
always got wings.
supposed to stop by. I don't know.
I heard a story that men actually came up with high heels and lipstick and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably. Yeah. Let's not get into men and women. I have a lot of great comments, but I think it would piss off half of my clientele and I would lose half of my money.
So it's not.
Yeah. But they'd be funny. Like, I'm just telling you, sometimes Cody, I'll be like, Cody, I don't mean this, but I have to give you this comeback for something, right?
Oh,
And-
yeah.
and I'm just like, look, I just have to say this because it's amazing and it has to be said. You know,
I usually end up almost on the floor laughing, but
it's almost never appropriate,
oh god, no.
but it's almost always funny.
Those are always the funniest ones, though.
Yeah,
The most inappropriate ones are the funniest
yeah.
because they're not supposed to be.
Why do you think that is?
Because they're not supposed to be. I don't know.
I think it's so when you smoke weed with somebody, especially if it's their first time, you form a bond with them.
Yeah.
Right? We've talked about that before. You form a bond with somebody over cannabis. Now, I believe that part of that is from the tabooness of it, because it's like you have participated in an illegal activity with somebody else, therefore you are bonded to that person more,
Yep.
right?
I don't think that's really where it's at anymore, though. Because it's just become so
Well,
normal.
we get to have the first legal smoke with people,
Yeah.
which is super cool.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts of doctor's visits is afterwards is, because I'm usually over here beforehand, talk with everybody, and I'll smoke and, I should have cleaned that. See, I always forget to clean that. And getting to smoke with them afterwards, and they're like, it's my first legal. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's awesome. You walked in a felon, walk out, not a felon, you know? So anyway, that's a super surfer. My demos are long and winding, but they're always entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tell a story. It's story time. Do you want to hear a story?
Story time.
Okay, Chantel was supposed to come back so we could tell our story because so back in that time that we had our broadcast go out, we had talked about a social media campaign, but we didn't get it filmed. So I'm going to tell you guys about it. We have new people here. So, you know Chantel? You know Chantel? You may have seen her today. She was around. So Chantel and I went to Gallatin to go protest Jamie's unlawful imprisonment. And now even the government agrees it was unlawful because they dropped charges. So we were going up there, and I had this idea. I have this idea that cannabis is just a plant. It's not dangerous, and that me using it does not make me an automatic enemy to law enforcement, right? Everybody thinks I'm anti-law enforcement because I'm so against them. But I'm not anti-law enforcement. I'm anti-corruption and anti-douchebags. And so if you're gonna be that way, then I'm anti-you as a person, whether you have a badge or not. I am anti-you if that's your outlook on life. And so in order to like kind of show that, I got this idea called "With My Bud," hashtag "With My Bud." And so what it would be is you get your bud and you go to a cop and you say, hey, I'm a medical marijuana patient and I was wondering if I could take a picture with you, because that will show that, one, just because I use cannabis doesn't mean that I'm a horrible person or that I'm a criminal. Two, that the laws are different in Missouri now, and that you don't have to be scared of the police if you're a cannabis user anymore, which I think would go a long way for repairing some bridges between law enforcement and the citizens, you know. And it would also, and this is the most important part, I think, it would have a diverse group of people coming up to officers, right? Because each of us in the circle look different, right? Cody, you look very professional right now, and so do you. You look a little bit, you know, you've got the skater look, right? That's on purpose though, because I see you got the patches in the pants, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's, you know, and I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy, or a t-shirt and shorts and sandals, preferably if the window, you know, if the weather's nice. Melissa, she's in a regular shorts and pants and t-shirt and jacket, you know. But we're all cannabis users, you know. Casey's, sometimes she has a backwards hat on her. She looks punk, you know. But if police officers always keep having people come up to them and be like, "Hey, can I get it's just a book, it's fine. It's not important. It's just a book." And if people kept coming up to them and said, "Hey, can I get a picture with you with my bud?" It would show that you've got a whole bunch of different people using it. It's not a big deal, and we're not enemies.
It's a great idea. I
think so. So that sets my story. So Chantel and I are driving up to Gallatin to protest, again, Jamie's unlawful imprisonment. And we stop at I don't know, it was a fairly inappropriately named gas station. What was it called? Do you remember what it's called? The Pumpin' Munch or something? The Pumpin' Munch. It's like, what? Do they have gas and food? Oh it's on 65. If you've driven to Sedalia, you've passed it on the right-hand side. You're going down a hill. It's on the right-hand side. It's a vaguely inappropriately named gas station. Anyway, so we stop there, right, to go to the bathroom. And I see this sheriff's deputy, and I'm like, cool, all right, let's do it. Let's see if we can do it, right? Because I had some Gorilla Glue on me, my favorite. And so I went up there, and like we went up to like the front quarter panel so he could see us. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Because I don't want to get shot. Yeah. So, hey, how you doing? You know, and I had I don't smoke drugs, just weed, or I don't do drugs, just weed shirt on, and I go up to him and I explained this campaign to him, and he declined. But that was the official start of it. It didn't get off to a good start. And then the second time we tried to get it started was in the original podcast, and that didn't happen because it didn't get recorded. So this is the third time we've attempted to launch with my bud. So this is how it works, guys. You get your weed in any form. It doesn't have to be bud. It can be shatter or pen or whatever. And you go up to a police officer. And you can't just go up there and be like, hey man, can I take a picture of you with my weed? Because they will all say no. Because they're like, what? No, go away, stupid. Yeah. What you have to do is you have to go out there and explain to them, hey, so how you doing, sir? You talk to them a little bit, you get to know them. Say, yeah, well, you know, so my purpose, you know, after you get to know them, because that's another good thing, is you get to talk to your police officers, and they get to know you, and they get to see you. And so after you talk with them a little bit and build a little bit of a rapport and like let them know that you see them as a human being, you know, and that they don't have to be scared of everybody. And when they see you, they'll be like, oh, hey, that's that dude, he's cool. So you talk to them a little bit and you say, hey, well, I'm a medical marijuana user. And we're doing this cool thing in Missouri to kind of like build this bridge between law enforcement and the cannabis community. And so we're doing this with my bud thing. And I was wondering if it would be cool if we could get a picture, you know, and like that will help. And almost everybody's gonna say no. Maybe the first 10 times they're going to say no. But once they get asked by enough people, they're going to be like, fine, whatever. So it's all up to the people, right? I'm releasing it into the wild. If it lives, it lives. Yeah. If it dies, it dies. But I think it could go a long way.
So we're doing this on Facebook, Twitter,
yeah,
Instagram.
I don't care. Sure, whatever you want to. I have released it into the wild. Hashtag with my bud. There, it exists now. I will tag this video with my bud.
Absolutely.
And that will be the first one. It'll probably not go anywhere. But if it does, I just want to try to build those bridges, you know. So
that's what a lot of people need. Because a lot of people are still terrified of cops.
Yeah.
Even as card holders, they're terrified.
Well, some cops have been having issues with the reading comprehension. Like, so maybe we need to look into like entry rules for police officers and like, you know, like we have the ASVAB for the military.
Yeah.
Maybe do we have one of those for police officers?
I think they've got one, but I don't really know how in depth it is. I mean,
Casey, come join us. You haven't joined us at all. We have your Carta. We'll let you use your Carta if you come over.
No.
Casey's had a long day and
Casey
she's tired,
tired
and she wants to go home. Casey, you can go home.
No, I can't.
Yeah, you 15 minutes early.
They're waiting on my right. They're waiting. Like
I'll take them. You can go
they're
15
going to my
minutes.
house,
I cannot win with her.
No, you can't.
You see this, guys? I cannot freaking win with her.
No.
She almost fought me this morning, didn't she? You saw it? Remember, what was it? It was about the table.
Yeah. Oh,
she was going to fight me over...
She was going to fight me and you at the same time.
I was going to put the tablecloth on before they stacked everything up there.
And all Trent wanted to do was get a picture.
I just want to take a
I wanted
picture.
to set everything up there so I could take it all down.
We would have took it down.
She almost fought me. So, all right, guys, we're done here, I think. Casey, what's coming up this week for the shop? Anything cool? When are we making that Carta order?
Like 2 weeks.
Woo! 2 weeks. All right, well, we'll try to get a couple in. But the big order's coming in 2 weeks because, you know, yeah, they're expensive.
Gotta wait till the right timing.
Gotta get that timing down. So anyway, guys, thank you everybody for 1 full year in business. Casey, you got to come over and say thank you to everybody. Because, Casey, where were you a year and a week ago?
Hating my life and hating my job.
So I think this is a big deal. So you've been the manager,
the boss.
She's managed everything.
Yeah.
So just because she hasn't had an employee the entire time doesn't mean she wasn't managing the store. So 1 year, the manager of a head shop, of a cannabis support center. What do you think? Looking back on a year, what do you have to say?
It's absolutely amazing, and we've got to help thousands of people, which is something that I wanted to do.
Right? Did you even know you wanted to do that? Did you think that was part of your job when we started this whole thing?
No, but I had hopes that it would be.
Did you?
Because so many people are confused and don't know how to use something, or didn't understand this, or didn't know how this worked, or didn't know what the use of a carb cap was, or... We've taught people lots of things.
It's the best part about
so
the
many.
shop.
We had two full-grown cannabis plants in here. One of them got chopped.
Yeah.
And trimmed right there.
There.
Cody's gonna clean that up in the morning. In Monday, he said.
I
mean, we've done some stuff.
Yeah.
It's mostly you and Melissa, and then you're like, Trent, do this, and I run with it.
And then I came along,
and Cody.
He's like, good.
Cody do everything.
Cody do it.
I'm gonna sit here and pretend like I'm busy now.
Yep.
Well, that's the big. So, Cody, you were on the fire department with me.
Yes.
One of the things I liked about the fire department was the probie status. That's what I liked about when I was on motorcycle club. I liked the probie status because it made people earn their place. Make them freaking earn it. Like, I don't care. Earn it. If you want it, you're going to stick around. Right?
Absolutely.
And the cool thing about running it that way is that later, when Casey's like traveling around and buying glass at fancy shows, you're going to have somebody underneath you. And you're going to be like, I don't give a crap.
Do everything.
You're going to do it. I had to do it. You don't got nothing to complain about.
And I've been in those positions before.
Right. Well, I just think it's beautiful, man. Like the first, you know what the best part of the military is? E1 through E4. E1 through E4 is the best time because you're just like going along and doing it, and yeah, it's great. I love E1 through E4. E4 is the best part.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
It's pay grades, Casey. E1 is the lowest pay grade. E4 is the fourth lowest. It's not high. It's the fourth lowest.
Yeah.
E4 is the top of the working class in the military because E1 through E4 does all the work, but E4 is like ready to become a non-commissioned officer, so they're trying to like find ways to get out of work. So they're called the shammers or the E4 mafia. It's the best time in your career because you get paid more money, but you still do the same job you were already doing. It's like one of the few times that happens in the military. So it's just like, I don't have anything extra duties, but I get paid more money. And you kind of feel like a boss at that point. You're like, all right, I kind of made this. I kind of figured things out. You've been around for 3 or 4 years. You figured out how to like get out of some things, but like still look like you're doing it. It's how the military operates. So sorry to burst your bubble if anybody doesn't know how the military actually operates. It's full of a bunch of crackheads, E1 through 4, that are getting in trouble constantly. E5 is just there to try to keep the E1 through 4s in line.
Yeah.
E6, I don't know. They do the work. And then E7 and above just does paperwork. It's really a bloated system. Like, we really don't need all of those people just to basically have E1 through E4 do a lot of the work. So, all right, guys. So that's our analysis on life and everything in it. So, what else we got?
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
I think we're good.
We're good. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for showing up and listening to us ramble. Come in and see us starting on year 2, and it's only gonna go up.
It's only got to get better.
I can't wait to see our numbers compared, like this February to last February, or next. Actually, March will be our first full month. So I'm really excited to see our number of sales in March of this year compared to our first full month in business last year. I don't even want to say how many. I think we only had like 100 sales or something.
Yeah, maybe too many.
Yeah, we only had like 100 sales our whole first month, I think. I'll have to look it up. But I think we're doing how many sales are we doing? I think we're doing like 100 a week, maybe.
I don't know. You're asking me questions
Yeah,
I don't look at very often.
I think we're doing, let me see. Yeah, we're doing about 100 a week right now. So maybe a little less, maybe like 80 a week. But still, yeah, compared to our first month, it's like, so I'm really excited to see our first number. So thank you to everybody that's helped us out. And we look forward to another year. And we have some exciting stuff coming up. I'm not going to say anything yet because I don't want to jinx it. But we have still some exciting stuff coming up.
There's always something exciting.
I know. I just wish that I had. If anybody's got $20,000 and wants to donate it to the store,
Let us know.
Let us know, and we will get some freaking killer stuff in here.
Or we could get one really amazing thing. Just saying. Those were the
How much?
options.
How much do you trust Casey and me? Don't do it, guys. Don't. We'll end up with one really cool piece. We'll be like, but guys, it's really neat. All right, guys. See you later. Oh my God. How do we end it now? Oh, there it is.
Shut it up.